not dancing, I like to play music as much as possible, piano and guitar, and a bit of surfing on the side when it permits. Music's always a great way to just chill because there's no right or wrong, so after a day of getting things drilled into you at work, it's nice to go back and not be right or wrong and just sort of have fun with it and just see where it goes. I'm Joseph Skelton and I've been with the Royal New Zealand Ballet for 3 to 4 years. I prefer to do the more classical roles. I don't know whether that's from my training in England or what, but I like the strictness of it and the fact that there's a lot of history of it. Because I started dancing at the age of 4 and it has mainly been classical technique being taught to me since then. I've always done different classes, but it has mainly based around classical, and with the strong training in England, which is all very classical and very old school based, sort of led me to be more inclined that way. But who knows what happens in the future of my career, whether I change and go the other way, we'll see. When I was 16, I left Pukekohe and moved over to Birmingham to see my brother and audition for a few schools. And I got into Royal Ballet School in London, so I moved there for a year and a bit, and then ended up leaving there and going back to Birmingham to go to Elmhurst School for Dance, where I lived with Nat, and so I was there for 2.5 years. Well, it would have been 2 years, but I had the bus accident, so I put another year onto it, and then moved back to New Zealand in 2011. Joined the company then. One night at the start of my 3rd year, we were out in Birmingham for my mate's 19th birthday. I took my skateboard out, and I fell off and it went onto the road, so I ran out to grab it without checking what was coming, and as a bus swerved into the bus lane, just sort of collected me. I got my foot caught in the wheel. Didn't realise what had happened, so I jumped back to my feet looking for my skateboard, and then realised as I sort of crumbled down to one side that there was something wrong. So my mates called the ambulance and I went off, and I'd broken my tibia in one spot, fibula in 2 spots, and I think it was about 10 bones in my foot were shattered, but luckily my ankle joint and my knee joint were fine. So they were able to put it back together with a bit of metal and slowly start the rehab for a year, and able to dance again, which is lucky because I didn't think I'd ever walk without a limp, so worked out alright, luckily. We're rehearsing Coppelia at the moment, which will be good fun. It's the first New Zealand tour we've had this year, so we actually haven't done one yet. And it's quite a big tour. We're going to do a lot of places we don't always go to, like Rotorua and stuff. This will be good fun. A chance to catch up with all the old family friends and stuff you don't usually see, so it'll be nice. We recently just got back from the USA tour, where we did 2 different programs. The first 2 cities was Giselle, and the second 2 were the triple bill. So it was good. It was 3.5 weeks of very different works, and doing both of it, seeing a lot of America, both West Coast and East Coast, which was pretty chilly to say the least, at minus 20 degrees in Minneapolis, but it was good fun. Saw a lot of things and had a bit of time off as well, which was nice. New York was good. I did do a lot of the touristy stuff in New York, you know, Statue of Liberty and Times Square and all that stuff, but I think the best thing is just going out there, going down the street, going to the smaller areas and just being with the locals and meeting people and experiencing it that way. It's always good fun. People I like dancing with the most in the company would have to firstly be my brother. If we're doing something together on stage, it's always fun. Who can jump slightly higher or mess around with each other slightly. And girl-wise and partnering, it would have to be my girlfriend Kat. I mean, we're not always together, but if we are, it's good fun. And we did a bit of a piece together at the end of last year for the Tutors on Tour, which was good fun, and we just really enjoyed it. You can really relax when you're with those sort of people. At this stage, if I could choose any role in any company, it would have to be Zoltan and Coppelia, Royal New Zealand Ballet.